Omar, thank you very much. Good evening to you.
Good evening to you. So, first of all, where was Dr. Baumia reacting, and why did he think he should react to what Bryan Acheampong said?
Thank you very much. Good evening to you once again, and good evening to your cherished listeners and colleagues watching us on YouTube or Facebook. I think, Omar, after the 2024 electoral defeat, which was devastating, it has generated considerably a lot of heat and a lot of arguments, and a lot of it is being put on the head of the presidential candidate, which is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. In fact, this is normal, I must say. People in times like this usually want to hold others blamable other than usually they themselves. It happened in '92 after Bryan led the new patriotic party to the '96 defeat, which the party came out with a stolen verdict. It happened in '97 again. It happened in 2009. It happened in 2013, and it happened in it's happening now in 2025. And so this is not the first time presidential candidates shall be held responsible or accountable for an electoral defeat in the history of the new patriotic party. But you see, the language of some of our presidential aspirants and their supporters by trying to draw ethnic and religious, reasons and as to why we lost the election. I think that is quite unfortunate because after the 2024 elections, there's been a couple of research reports. The party itself conducted the Professor Michael Kwesi report. Musa Dankwa, your very own Musa Dankwa of Global Info Analytics, also conducted the research. And the Ashanti regional party, also conducted the research. There's been quite a number of research works also by several university lecturers and professors. In fact, none of these research reports have been able to substantiate and establish that the NPP's defeat in 2024 was caused by the religion, one, the religion, and two, the tribe of the presidential candidate, that is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. None of these reports have been able to establish, this fact. And so I do not know where the respected Bryan Acheampong, gathered his information to make such a statement. I think it's a very sensitive statement to make, and as politicians, we have to be very minded and mindful not to drag religion and ethnicity into the politics that seek to do. Because tomorrow, I think that if we are to have a conversation as to why NPP lost the 2024 election, you can mention a whole lot of factors that led to the NPP's loss, both internal and external. Talk about external factors like the Russia-Ukraine. We all know it affected the new patriotic party. We talk about internal matters like government matters, to reshuffle or not to reshuffle, handling of the domestic debt exchange program, that is the haircut, the harsh economic conditions, the imposition of taxes which Ghanaians were not happy about, the e-levy and betting tax, slow pace of infrastructure development, Agenda 111, one village, one dam, the Pokwasi Tawomi taxes. People were unhappy. People were unhappy with the slow pace of such matters. Unemployment matters. The party did it best. But, there are a whole lot of matters that contributed to the loss of the new patriotic party, including party matters. Some internal party matters where party people were unhappy with some of the decisions that the leadership of the NPP took, and so many other decisions. And so I do not think that the religion and the data does not also show that the religion or the tribe of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia contributed to the loss of the new patriotic party in the 2024 polls. In fact, you realize that some people also make the claim that in the Boko enclave, we lost because Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a Mampusi, and the Mampusis are fighting the Kusasis and what have you. But tomorrow, to be very fair, and again, going back to the data, you realize that the Boko enclave, the first constituencies in the Boko enclave, has never been for the UP or the NPP tradition. It has never been. It has never been. In fact, in 1996, let me even start from 1992. During the 1992 election, the NPP had 0 seats in the six constituencies in the Boko enclave. In 1996, we had 0 seats. In 2000, the NPP had a single seat, 1 seat. In 2004, the NPP had 0 seats. In 2008, the NPP had 2 seats. In 2012, the NPP had 0 seats. In 2000, when the NPP had 0 seats, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was not the presidential candidate. In 2012, when the NPP had 0 seats, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was not the presidential candidate. In 2016, we had 2 seats. In 2020, we had 1 seat. And then in 2024, it came back to 0 seats. And so you realize that out of about elections, the NPP, has had about 0 seats in about 5 or 4 of them. So I think that we need to have a proper conversation about these and a proper education and orientation about these tribal and bigotry statements that some of the presidential aspirants have started making. Because talking about I feel this election to be about the competencies of each of the candidates, what you can do, what you've done in your life, your track record, what you've been able to achieve for yourself and do for the party. I think that is where the conversation should be focused on.
But is Dr. Bryan Acheampong not re-echoing the views of many within your party? For instance, I'm looking at someone who used to be your party and government spokesperson on security and governance, Paragraph Botchway Dankwa. He has been, Dr. Paragraph Botchway Dankwa, he has been quoted by Modern Ghana as saying that, quote, Dr. Bawumia should tell us why we lost. He should tell us why we lost in all Zongos, why we lost in all Muslim communities. He should tell us why we lost in all Kusasi communities. The data is very clear why we lost. We know why we lost. If we lost because Muslims themselves didn't vote, those reasons will remain. If we lost a particular tribe because a particular tribe did not vote, the reasons will remain. This is Dr. Paragraph Botchway Dankwa. He tried to be your parliamentary candidate, and he was your government spokesperson on security. What he has said and what Dr. Bryan Acheampong said sounds similar. Why then do you think some of your party folks are making these statements?
You see, just Dr. Paragraph Botchway Dankwa is not just one of our party people. Let's situate him in the right context and right perspective with regard to this matter. He's a leading campaign team member for one of the persons who is aspiring to contest Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. That is the Honorable Kennedy Japan. And so let us situate him proper so it doesn't look as if he's a neutral party member who is trying to make a statement. He's a supporter and a strategist for the Honorable Kennedy Japan, who is also a contender. But you see, Omaro, the statement by Paragraph Botchway Dankwa is not only disingenuous, but it is inaccurate and it is wrong. Because to say the MPP lost in all Zongo communities, it's factually inaccurate. It is not true. There are Zongo communities that the MPP won. You go to Sunyani, for instance, the Sunyani West constituency. There are Zongo communities, a couple of them, so many of them, that the MPP won in Sunyani West. Even in Greater Accra here, there are so many Zongo communities that I do not have the data to share with you where it but there are so many Zongo communities that the New Patriotic Party. In fact, you take the 16 regions, okay? The NPP's vote climbed in 15 regions. The only region that we were able to increase our vote was the Northeast region, where we appreciated our vote as compared to the 2020 polls by 20,000 votes. You go to Ashanti region, about 841,000 voters who voted for the MPP in the 2020 elections did not come out to vote in the 2024 elections. You go to the Central region, the backyard of Honorable Kennedy Japan, about 350,000 voters who voted for the MPP in the 2020 elections did not come out to vote. Doesn't mean they were all Kusasi. You go to the Eastern region, the backyard of the Honorable Bryan Acheampong, about 480,000 MPP voters who voted for the MPP in the 2020 elections failed to vote for the MPP in the 2024 elections. Does it mean all the 480,000 plus voters are Kusati? You come to the Greater Accra region, about 550 NPP voters who voted for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and candidate President Akufo-Addo in 2020 failed to vote for the party in the 2024 elections. So you realize that the data does not support the statements that some of these persons make. The data is on our side, and excuse my language and in all humility, ignorance seems to be on the other side. Because they make statements and their statements are not supported by the data. Because how can you say that? How can you say that somebody lost because the person is a monkey? Granted, without admitting that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a monkey, and that is why he had zero in some of the Kusati constituencies. Are you aware President Mahama also had zero in some of the police stations in the Mampuriti constituency? You tell the data and you realize that the data clearly shows and establishes that President Mahama also had zero police stations in the Mampuriti enclave. And so it cannot be the case and it cannot be accurate for anybody to say that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia lost because he is a Kusati. Sorry, because he's a Mampuriti and that the Kusatis were angry and they didn't come to vote. So, it is a very emotional argument to make. It is a very unfortunate and tribal and ethnocentric argument to make, which I feel it is a dangerous one, of course, to make.
Okay.
And so, as politicians, we must all tread cautiously.
Very well. Thank you. Thank you.
And Umaru Acheampong, you take the contributions Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has made to this party. At the time he was making all these contributions, why didn't this person say that because he's a Mampuriti, his contributions are not welcome? When he was making public lectures prior to the 2016 elections and was in the box defending the MPP during the 2012 election petition case, why didn't they make this case that he's a Mampuriti and that his contribution is not welcome? I am from Kwarum Paiso, and I wholeheartedly believe in the competencies of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I do not think that politics is an idea of religion and tribe. Politics, I believe that it's an idea and the exchange is a concept of idea and the exchange of ideas and what you bring to the table. Omar, I'm very grateful for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's Kwesi Botchway, his aide to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, former vice president. Let's be